Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is wonderful. It's really, really good. You're watching this, you've watched enough to know that I wasn't here last week. All the videos I published last week were pre-recorded because I was in Orlando, Florida last week for Dice Tower East, a board gaming convention. And when I go away, I don't really like to announce that on the internet. But it's amusing to me. Like, I don't like to put it here, especially because Em was here by herself. And I don't want to point that out to the world. I have not been to Dice Tower East in a very long time. I thought it was 2015, but I went back and looked at my pictures, and it was actually 2017 was when I was at Dice Tower East. And the last time I was there, it was in an older, kind of more run-down resort, and I didn't have a room. It was kind of a last-minute decision. Ignacy was like, can you go? And I said, sure. And I ended up sleeping on a floor. And, yeah, that was Dice Tower East. Now that I say that, maybe I was there twice. Maybe this is the third time I've been there. In fact, I think it is. I don't know. The point of this is, I was at Dice Tower East last week. And I had a really good time. It was extremely busy. I worked a whole lot. I ate extremely late at night, barely slept, all the normal stuff that happens, but we had a really good time. This year, Portal Games has imported two European titles into the American market. We've got Gutenberg, and then Brazil is coming later. And so we were there more to promote those, as well as Batman Everybody Lies. Ignacy came over from Poland with his son Alec, and they are in the country for the next month, doing a little circuit, going to some game stores, and then showing up at Gen Con. So, they asked if I could come to Orlando, and I said, sure. I've always been willing to travel for them. And we were the show, sponsor of the show. So we had a booth, and we also had a room. And in that room, we ran events all week long, all weekend long. And Gutenberg was a smash hit. We sold out. The Gutenberg tables were full all of the time. People just coming into that room constantly. The first day we decided to open up, and just let people demo. I was running 3 tables at once, just trying to get people in and out, doing demos. Ignacy's suitcase got lost, which had the sole copy of Brazil. So we didn't have Brazil until Friday afternoon when his suitcase was finally recovered and returned. So that was disappointment, but we did get Brazil. I did get to play it. I enjoyed my, play of it, and then we showed it on Saturday. I think it was Saturday and a little bit on Sunday. So some people got to sit down and play, the first third of the game or so. And we ran lots of Batman events. We ran Dreadful Circus events, and people really liked that. It was really fun, but, standard convention that I go to with Portal, I don't really get to do a whole lot of social time with other people, because we work, from 9 to 6 or 9 to 7, depending on if we have seminars or whatever. And then by the time food is done and stuff, it's like I need to crash because I got to be up the next day and do this all over again. So there's very little time to socialize. I did wander the little exhibitor floor once. There was only I don't know, maybe 20 booths or something like that. So I wandered the exhibitor floor a little bit, took my camera. I'll be posting some pictures on Twitter this week of games that I took pictures of. I did play some games. There were a few nights I stayed up late and played. We played Citadels of all things one night. I got to play First Rat, which was a very interesting experience. I got to play a prototype. Got to play the Brazil the one night. I got to play test the next Nurishima Hex Army. Is that all I played? That might be literally all I played. I really did not get to spend very much time playing games at all. And I didn't really bring anything, but I did bring back Ascension Eternal, I think it's called, a 2-player version of Ascension. It's like just a 2-player box. So I'm excited to play that with him because we both like Ascension, but it doesn't work that great with 2. I think that the 2-player box is probably the right choice, so we'll try that. But it was a really good show. For me, doing these types of events is it's more about helping my friend than it is about the show. Like, I'm there because I was asked to be there to help David, to help Ignacy. You know, David asked me to go. He needed help. Sure. Ignacy was coming. He needed help. Sure. That's what it's about, right? I'm fueled by that energy. I'm fueled by being there. And on top of that, I really do enjoy teaching people games, especially when it's a good game. And Gutenberg is an extremely good game, and everybody who played it was like, oh, this is awesome, this is so clever, you know. And so seeing people really enjoy the game that I'm teaching is really fun for me. And so I just, you know, whatever that is, 8 hours a day or whatever, just teaching games, it's a blast. It's a really good time. And, you know, on top of that, I got to see lots of people that I really enjoy seeing who, you know, I only get to hang out with at shows. Like, you know, industry friends that travel the circuit. You know, I got to hang out with some people. So it was really nice. And I could finally show you the project that I was making that I've been hinting at for a while now. I made this clock for Ignacy, and it turned out amazing. It's really beautiful. I used cherry for the red part of the logo, walnut for the black part, and white maple for the center part, and got a clock moving and embedded in it and everything, and it turned out wonderful. And I gave it to him there, and he was very appreciative. It was intended to be a housewarming gift for him. He moved last summer into a flat in town, and I meant to make it as a housewarming gift, and I needed to build the router table in order to make that clock. I have a pattern for that clock somewhere. I don't know if I put it in my pattern drawer. And I needed the router table to finish it, so I couldn't finish it until I got it done. So as soon as I got it done, I finished the clock, and then was able to give it to him this year. So that was really nice. It was a really good time. You know, other than being in Florida, which every day I walk out, and as soon as you walk outside, your glasses fog up because it's 89 degrees and 100% humidity, and it's miserable. That's my main complaint about Florida. The second one is the drinking water there is terrible. Like, it just tastes really bad. It tastes like sewage or sulfur, and that always bothers me. But, you know, we had a beautiful room. The new venue for the event is amazing. It's a really gorgeous venue, and I had a really wonderful time. And I'm really looking forward to, you know, the next show a few weeks down the road. So, good times. We did not have questions with Chris last week because Chris didn't call in. So if you want to call in, there's a number in the description. It's at the end of all these videos. Ask a question, and we can continue the questions series. I enjoyed doing that. So thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is mnemonic. It is an adjective meaning a rhyme, sentence, or other word pattern designed to help memorize facts. Roy G. Biv is the mnemonic for the colors of a rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Mnemonic. M-N-E-M-O-N-I-C. Also, Johnny Mnemonic is a great movie, cyberpunk movie. You should watch it.